Good morning, I'm Yasmin Bodalbhai. As the summer getaway begins, rail passengers face more misery, with strikes disrupting one of the busiest travel days of the year. The continued deadlock over pay and conditions means some parts of the country won't have any trains at all day. Jay Akbar has the details.
The beginning of the summer holidays for many off to a familiar start. As millions try to get away, 20,000 striking rail workers will bring much of the network to a standstill. Today is the second of 3 days of strike action by the RMT union. The third is next Saturday. This is part of a seemingly never-ending dispute over pay conditions and job security. A dispute made more bitter by controversial plans to close most ticket offices. Unions say it's a veiled attempt to cut 2,000 jobs.
It is about destaffing stations. Last week we received redundancy notices for 2,300 people. So this idea that they're bringing people out from behind the glass to assist people is a lie, essentially. They're bringing people out from behind the glass to give them P45.
In response, the Rail Delivery Group, which represents train operators, said industrial action is damaging the sector. It said this has stalled its post-pandemic recovery and threatened its long-term sustainability, pushing the industry into a spiral decline and risking consequences like cuts to services to make up the shortfall. The rail industry is not the only one affected. Of course, no trains translate to empty seats, not just on carriages, but bars and restaurants too. New figures show hospitality has lost more than £3 billion in sales as a result of all rail strikes. But to those who replanned or simply cancelled their getaways this weekend, it's as much of an emotional hit as a financial one.
Well, Jay's at Euston Station for us this morning, usually one of the country's busiest. Jay, how are things looking now?
Yasmin, I know we say it every time, but it'll never not be odd seeing Euston this empty on a Saturday. There are as many striking workers down there as there are passengers here, some of whom didn't even know there was a strike on until they got here. And it's become a familiar sight and one we're unfortunately going to have to get used to because the RMT union does have a strike mandate until October. The government says it sat down with unions and made improved pay offers, but the deadlock remains, as does the prospect of more travel misery.
Jay at Euston Station, thank you very much. New analysis suggests some supermarkets have more than doubled their profit margins on fuel since the start of the war in Ukraine. According to the RAC, Asda, Tesco, Morrisons and Sainsbury's were making an average profit of around 4.7 pence per litre last February. They say it's now almost 10 pence per litre. The supermarkets are yet to comment. The NHS has expanded its website in an effort to tackle disparities in healthcare for women. More than 100 issues such as periods, menopause, IVF and pregnancy loss will be covered. And as a dangerous heatwave continues to affect Europe, these pictures are in Greece. Climate scientists say they're alarmed by a string of record-breaking temperatures across the whole globe. They say the speed and timing of them is unprecedented. Football now, and for England's Lionesses, all the careful preparations are done. Now it's the moment of truth, when the European champions open their campaign on the biggest stage of all, the World Cup. The Lionesses' first group match in Brisbane is against a real unknown quantity. Haiti are playing in the tournament for the very first time. Steve Scott reports.
The party is now in full swing and the Lionesses can't wait to join it. The European champions are second favourites for the world crown, behind the USA. Injuries mean a new look and a new captain, but the hunger remains the same.
Injuries are part of football and we have to look forward and move forward. And I think we've got an amazing group of players and staff and everyone stepped up and we're raring to go.
After their Euros triumph, all teams want to tame the Lionesses. That and coping without some star players will make England's task down under a real challenge.
The difference between the best and the rest was enormous previously. The difference between the best and the rest now is minuscule. So I think round of 16 you're looking at anyone that can go and win it. And again, that's why I talk about confidence, about momentum, because that for me then that really sets you on your way.
They'll have to do it without home comforts, of course, and the level of support they experienced last summer.
Football's coming up! It's
But But the expats will be doing their best to make themselves heard as England's campaign gets underway.
I'm looking forward to seeing Millie Bright back because she's been out for a while, hasn't she? And I feel like she's like a right stronghold in the defence. And I think we're going to win. We've got tickets for the final, so...
After England won the Euros, it was kind of like, I really have to go and watch them live. And so, having an opportunity to come down under and see them, we're really excited.
Haiti should prove light work for the Lionesses, so it's an opportunity to make the perfect start. But they won't be underestimated.
It's a great accomplishment that they made it for the first time in history, so that they're very well done. I think it's a team that's pretty physical. They have some speed. They're opportune too, and are in transition. They're dangerous.
So the journey begins on this stage, the opening act of what the Lionesses hope will be another history-making adventure. Steve Scott, ITV News.
Well, let's take a look at how England fans are gearing up for the start of their World Cup campaign. Here's Kelly Foran.
This girls' team has only been set up since the Lionesses' Euros success. It was very much a lads' club, but behind these doors, times have changed.
We're famous as being Salford Lads Club, but we are well and truly Salford Lads and Girls Club now. The first game that we played, we only had 5 players, but we did actually win that game, and as we went on, we got a few more girls involved.
Those girls and their confidence is going from strength to strength.
Who's better?
Me. I think they're better than men.
Who would you want to be like?
Mary Earps.
But if she wanted to buy her favourite goalie's shirt, she can't. The team's #1 with the one version of the shirt made. Replicas are not for sale. She said, "I think that it is a huge problem, and I think it's a scary message that is being sent to goalkeepers worldwide, that you are not important." No shirt doesn't mean no support. This estate in South East London extending their tradition for international football to the Lionesses. The popularity of the girls' game is only going in one direction, including at this school in Bournemouth, where sport comes first.
When I first came around the squad in about 7 years ago, it's grown just exponentially since then. It's just been really impressive.
And they'll be cheering on the team ahead of their World Cup opener later.
I think we will absolutely boss it like we did with the Euros.
It just makes me feel excited because you just hope that one day that could be you.
Lovely, relax.
Kelly Foran, ITV News.
And you can see that match live in just a few minutes' time here on ITV1 and ITVX. Coverage starts straight after the news with kick-off at 10:30. So that's all from us for now. I'll see you again at 1 o'clock after the football. If you're watching the match, enjoy and have a lovely morning. Bye-bye.